it going, Shy?
It's going fine. Let me ask you. Have you seen the Beyonce movie?
I've not.
Will you see it?
I would say yes, but not immediately. Like it won't be like I gotta see it this week. More so like there's nothing on, and I'll watch it.
Okay, it's only in theaters right now.
Yeah, but like, oh, I'm okay. I mean, I won't admit to bootlegging, but yeah,
I mean, honestly, you could just go to YouTube.
yeah.
It's been there, I guess, since it started. But I went to uh, I went to I went to a showing of it. Right, a
Okay,
comedian bought out a screening room in a little AMC theater that I think time has forgotten.
that's
Um,
awesome.
and so a bunch of comedians um, went to watch the movie. And I did that because I do want to see what the show was like. And I did want to see the movie, but I knew that people would go into this as if it was the concert
Okay, okay.
and that they were going to right through the whole thing. And I thought it would be easier for me to take if I knew most of the people in the room.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I can't get
Yeah.
too angry.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Yeah. So I
I,
did watch that with them, and
okay.
sure enough, everybody acted up, and it was as fine as it was going to be. I am I am considering whether or not I will go to see it, after a couple of weeks or something.
Right.
Hopefully people have calmed down, or I have to go at like 8 in the morning where it's just me and the other people who are just like, I just want to sit and watch the thing, you know? But yeah, so I ask because someone wrote kind of a review of the movie
Okay.
for Vulture magazine. And they didn't they did not rip the movie apart, but
Okay.
it was criticism. It was kind of old school criticism in that
Hmm.
they were because I grew up reading a lot of like movie reviews and uh music reviews and critical pieces about movie, music, television, that kind of thing, right?
Okay.
I enjoy reading that kind of stuff. Um and it was, kind of like that, just like this person's critical review. And I mean, there are some parts, I mean, there are people who are upset, right?
Okay.
There are people
Okay.
who are upset because we don't do critical re- critical analysis like that anymore. Um Now it's either you're a stan or you're a hater. Um and so this person brought up her points, and I see her points on pretty much everything that she said. I'm like, okay, I see what you're saying. I see that. Okay, yeah, maybe. I don't know about that. That kind of thing, which is kind of how I think you should look at things. I don't think you should fully love everything a person does,
Okay. I agree with that.
even your child, even your
Especially.
you know what I mean? Like, no one is turning out stuff. I'm not cut from Stan cloth.
Right.
So there are people that I love. There are artists that I love, and I'm still like everything, but I didn't watch everything they did in this all these movies because I don't like those kinds of movies. So that's great that they did it, but I don't like that kind of stuff, so I didn't watch it. They aren't enough to get me to watch a thing I know I won't enjoy.
Right.
Um, and so, you kind of have to go in and just kind of like, all right, blah, blah, blah. But people were so mad. This woman got like death threats.
Wow.
Yeah. And, to that, I just say, hey, yo, calm the fuck down. Everybody, calm down. It's a shame that critical reasoning isn't as much of a thing as it used to be,
Ah,
but, like, calm down. I've just been watching people argue about the piece on Twitter who are, who are not, doing death threats. They're just arguing with each other and making these points and blah, 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 and that's what I've been looking at, and I'm like, "Okay." And then someone was like, "Hey, y'all, stop with the death threats. Who's sending death threats to her?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, who's doing y'all, calm down."
yeah.
It's not I
Way out of
mean,
pocket.
yeah, have the discussion, feel what you feel it strongly, but ain't no one
Yeah.
gotta die over Renaissance. Let's get real. No one's got to die over Renaissance. Over a concert movie?
Real
Get
over
out
a
of here.
review of a concert movie.
Over a review of a concert movie. No one
Nah,
needs to
B.
do that. And I mean, I will say that for anyone who was critical of, say, Taylor Swift's concert movie or whatever, or Taylor Swift. She ain't my girl at all. But uh, don't send people death threats over that shit. What are we doing? You ain't got nothing else. There's so much going on. Come on.
Now you gotta come up with a plan. You know what I mean?
All of this stuff. You know what I mean? Don't do the swatting thing where you have the cops swarm someone's address. Don't dox people. Like, and this all seems very simple. Don't do that. But I mean, when I say don't do that, I mean take that time to sit down and let's try to find what's missing in your life that you're filling that hole with calling the cops on someone who said they don't like the video game you like. Let's see what's missing. Let's take a moment and see what's missing and why you're filling that hole with these actions.
Seriously. You know what I find interesting with that stuff? Like,
Mm.
there's like a weird, like, there's when you discover something that you genuinely enjoy, there's there's a big part of that joy for me is knowing that like I got in on it first.
Okay.
I enjoy the fact that like I know that I love enjoying things that are uber popular to be part of the
Mhm.
shared experience. But I honestly equally enjoy things that I know when I bring it up, no one will know what I'm talking about.
Hey man, you got to free yourself from that prison. Let me that's a totally different prison. And I've been there. And that
Yo,
you gotta let that go. You don't have that's too much energy, especially once the internet was like really started to grow.
yeah,
That had some cachet when you really had to like do the legwork,
right,
but you haven't had to do the legwork in quite some time. And
yeah,
so being the comment that says first under every video is
yeah. That's
the equivalent. Don't you got to let that go.
I'm
That
with you. So, and that's kind of what I'm getting at. Like when when you like one of these artists, you don't need to most like them. Like you don't need to like them to the death. You could just enjoy the joint. And if someone else doesn't enjoy it, it's cool. There's just more space for you to enjoy it. Or,
mhm,
like it doesn't interfere with your space. Pardon me. That would be
mhm.
more accurate. Whether that person likes it or not doesn't change my relationship with that art.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, yo, like, yeah, someone they rock with Renaissance. That's cool. You still rock with it the exact same.
Mhm.
Like, it didn't change your enjoyment of that concert. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
cool. Beyonce still gonna
Yeah.
keep making fire shit for you. You know what I mean? You still gonna enjoy it with your people. You could jam out to it on the iPad, get a good workout in. Nothing's changed.
Yeah. I mean, and say all that as someone who um has a weird kind of relationship to Beyonce and her work. I don't go much into w- what she's like as a person. It's not I kinda don't. Not that I don't care, but I'm like, "All right, that's fine. That's nice to know." But I know stuff, but I do enjoy some of her work, and I enjoy her performance is really kind of what sells me, the way that
Right.
she performs. That's usually what I'm enjoying. I like spectacle, and that bitch loves spectacle.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm there to see that for sure. Um, but yeah, like I just think take a moment and and get to know yourself. Um, and don't have it completely wrapped up in some artist's work. So much so that y- when you read a critical piece, and I mean, the piece was critical. Don't get me wrong, it was critical. Um, but also, uh, it was critical by someone who clearly has enjoyed Beyonce before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought, but also has some issues with
Fair.
what Beyonce does, and maybe has their own issues. You bring your own issues into the stuff. Every work of art you do, everything you do, it tells on you. You know, it
Mm.
snitches. All your work snitches on you. I don't know if you know that. All
And
all
B.
the jokes, everybody, all the jokes that you hear on say they snitching. They snitching. I mean, it's snitching in some way or another. It's telling on you in a way that you don't really know or realize, but others can see.
I
Um,
really love East New York. I say it a lot. I can't
yes, no,
hide
no, that's hardly a snitch. You truly do.
it.
You truly do. Um, but yeah, so there's that. But I want everyone to just like work on getting to know themselves enough so that you can read a critical piece and then just go, I disagree, and then keep it moving.
Yeah.
And or read read a review of this is a thing that I used to do. I would read reviews of records, and based on how the people described it, I could see whether or not I would like it. And so I've read some reviews where the reviewers did not like it. They thought it was cheesy.
Mm.
They were just like, this is horrible. It sounds like this with this, and it's got a little bit of this, and blah, blah, blah. And all the things that they're saying make it horrible. I'm like, oh, but I like all of those things. So then I so then I go and listen to it, and sure enough, I like that record because it's got all things that I like, you
Oh yeah. I
know?
felt like that about Common with Electric Circus. Like
Okay.
when all the reviews was like, yo, this ain't his sound, you know what I mean? He's experimenting with more energetic music. He has production from the Neptunes. I was like, I vibe with all that. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
cool.
this all sounds fantastic.
It sounds
Also,
awesome.
everybody revisit that record. It is not as out there as they have you thinking it was.
Real talk. Like I get
It
that it's different from what he did, but it
Yeah,
it, it still ain't
but
that crazy.
it's really
I
not.
vibe with it. I love the album. I don't care. I love the albums
Yeah.
before it. I just love it differently. You
Yeah,
know what I
I
mean?
mean, maybe it's a wild maybe it felt like a wild transition, but, like, it wasn't wild for the moment,
No.
and, I mean, yeah, like, it really was not that go back and listen to it, it really was not that crazy. It really was not.
Great car album too.
Oh,
Really
I could
great
see
car
that.
album.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's slept
absolutely
on.
could see that. Yeah.
That's why I think I enjoyed it. I was just really starting to drive a lot. And like as a
Okay.
car album, that album is fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His previous albums, great albums for headphones, not necessarily great car albums.
No,
You
I
know what I mean?
absolutely. You know what? That's a very important point.
Yeah.
Car albums versus, like, headphones/subway albums,
Yeah.
which, I truly believe the reason that so many New Yorkers are irritable now is because they're not able to listen to some of their music in cars the way they should. Everything
Oh.
when I go home to Atlanta, I rent a car every time so that I can get some driving in, and I don't forget how. And whatever I'd been listening to for the months prior, I listened to in that car so that I know how it actually sounds
Yeah.
and how it feels. Because
Ah.
those are two of the ways that I categorize music. If it's a car album or a headphone album, or what season it is. Is
Yeah,
this a fall album? Is this a winter album? That kind of thing. And which also
yeah,
kinda goes hand in hand with it being a car record because that's, how you're moving through. But yeah, absolutely.
yeah. I do the seasons. I do car, headphone,
Mhm.
and I do day and night. Those are
Oh,
like all
day
the
and
things I.
night.
Yeah, I'm big on that. Like there's music I want to play in the morning, when it's like the sun is shining, and there's music I want to play at night. It's different, and even like if I'm really particular, it's different when like I'm going out versus coming home.
Oh, sure. Yes.
Yeah,
Going
like
out
all of
versus
that.
coming home is definitely
It's different
something.
energy. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
got different mixes for all of that. You
I
know what I
you know
mean?
what? The going out versus coming home, I don't necessarily have, like, a mix for that. I literally let the moment dictate. Sometimes I just have to bounce around. Sometimes I'm like, "Oh, I
Mm,
think I wanna hear this," and I listen to it, and I'm like, "No." Or whatever I was listening to in the morning when my work days ended and I put it back on, I'm like, "No, that's not for now." But then it
yeah.
takes me a minute to find what is for that moment. 'Cause
Okay.
I don't necessarily have something where I'm like, "I love to hear this in this this time of day." So
Yeah.
that's an interesting way to look at things. Hmm.
Yeah. I
But,
feel like it charges me different. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it sets the mood for the day. And
mhm.
then I end up hearing the energy and feeling the energy of those songs when like I'm out and about.
So
Um
you go kinda hype in the morning?
most mornings, yeah.
Mm.
Like us like for example, it's been like over a decade now since I've had to jump out of a sales truck to sell potato chips.
Sure.
But like a song that was really popping at the time that really worked for me in the morning
Mhm.
was John Legend featuring Andre 3000, that Ready to Go joint.
Oh, that green light. Yeah.
Yeah,
I could
that
see that.
was a great morning song. You know what I mean? I would turn on the truck like, all right, we doing this, you know?
Yeah, no,
Uh
that sounds, that that actually does make more sense in the morning than it does going out, even though I know the vibe of it was supposed to be we're
yeah,
going out. I could see it
it
being a
was
more
all morning for
morning.
me. Yeah, like
Mhm.
especially because the like, it was like 5, 6 a.m. Like it was, I don't know, it was the start of the day. You
Yes.
know what I mean?
Yes,
It
okay.
really felt right to me. I don't know, and it set the clock in my head,
Mhm.
so I was good with it. I like stuff like that, man. When I was single up until Gabby, Gabby having a say like really like mattered to me. Uh,
Mm.
but before that, I would pick the song I would wake up to the night before and like wake up with the DJ speakers blaring like a song. And she was like, honey, like we can't do this. Uh, you know what I mean? But like I did that for like legit maybe like a decade. Like
Oh,
from high
wow.
school to like 25. I woke up to like a pre-picked song the night before. I would look at what I got to do that day and I'd be like, yeah, this is this energy. And I would wake up with that. And the whole
Oh,
house would feel it. My parents would feel that shit. DJ
okay.
speak it out.
Okay. Quick question, because I think maybe I've asked you this before. You don't remember your dreams, right?
No.
Okay, that's why that works. I gotta go with whatever feeling I have when I wake up based on whatever I dreamt.
Techno gods, baby.
Oh, Lord.
Let's get into the news.
Okay.
They let us. Uh,
Mhm.
kicking it off. Dutch edition of a new book about the royal family reveals the names of the royal racists, quote unquote, who allegedly commented on the skin tone of Harry and Meghan's eldest son. Yeah, that was a brawlic ass title, essence. Like that.
Wait, hold on, I'm just now realizing this is Essence
Yeah.
who is reporting about you know what? After the conversation of wait, I don't let me make sure I'm not jumping ahead like 15 topics because, I don't did we talk about Lenny Kravitz?
No, we didn't. That was actually one of the things I was debating on putting on the list. Yeah, we could
Okay,
definitely bring
well,
that up.
Yeah, it's just to me, it's just funny. It's like, wow, Essence will cover, uh, who said that the baby's gonna be brown of Harry and Meghan's kid, but they won't put Lenny Kravitz, which is bullshit, of course. They'll put Lenny Kravitz on it. It's just,
Hell yeah.
I think for the Lenny thing, very quickly, he made a
Yeah.
complaint about not a complaint. He's in Esquire magazine. I think he has a new
Yeah.
record coming out. So he's in Esquire magazine. And he mentions how black award shows or black events have not invited him to perform or be on it or be a part of it or anything like that, or even just come out to the shows.
Right.
And he's just like, he- I don't know, I guess he just didn't think that's fair. And people saw that and they were like, "What?" And he's talking about, and he puts it in like black media or something like that. So lots of people went out and found the covers of the black media magazines that he's been on.
Yeah.
He did then like say I'm referring to like award shows where they black award shows that seem to not have any space for me because I do rock and roll, and they're like, that's not a traditionally black style of music, which is bullshit.
Right.
And so that's what he's saying. But a lot of folks did come out and go, "Hey man, I've reached out to your people plenty. Maybe you don't hear about it because your representation is white, and white people do not consider black media important enough to like
Mm.
interact with." So, on red carpets, anyone who's from black magazines or websites or anything like that, they're always put at the end of the red carpet.
Yeah.
And so people have to go through, they go through the gauntlet or whatever, but by the time they get to the black media, their publicists are pushing them down, just like, "Oh, we don't have time. We have to go in. We have to go in." So they're hardly ever spoken to. Like anytime you
Mm.
see someone, when you see footage of someone who's like, "No, I'm gonna talk to them," that the celebrity themselves saying it, not the
Yeah.
PR people like, "Hey, we gotta talk to," I don't know, Shade Room. I don't know. No one should talk to Shade Room, but you know what I mean. Uh,
Talking to
but
black press is a stance, yo.
yeah, so yeah, exactly. It's like a thing. But so anywho, so black media's been in just kind of in the mix over the past few days. And so when you added this, I didn't even pay attention to the source. And now I'm looking at the source and I'm like, Essence.
Hell yeah, yo. Black media
But
back.
yeah, but then, yeah, exactly. I'm like, well, yeah, Essence, we got a finger hole. I mean, it's ultimately for black women. And Megan is one.
There
And,
you go.
and
There
that
you
was a
go.
concern for the royal family who wanted to know how dark the baby was going to get.
And I do want to note it, by the way, nobody, to the detriment of their computers, has ever talked about more allhiphop.com articles than the
No,
Royal
no,
Court.
that's
Okay.
us.
That's
Yeah,
us, baby.
I think that's us.
You know what I mean? I'm 3 computers in. Viruses, pop-ups galore.
Yeah. Yeah. We definitely use all hip hop as a source more than anyone uh
Including all hip hop,
does.
quite honestly.
Yeah, maybe including all hip hop. That yeah, exactly. That's not like a storytelling podcast. That's telling a story. But but like as an actual source, yeah, it counts. Someone typed it up, it counts.
Oh yeah, it's there. In terms of the royal family, there was a translation error, and the names of 2 senior royals were published in the Dutch edition of Omid's Scobie's book, Endgame, Inside the Royal Family and the Monarch Fight for Survival and the
Uh,
Monarchy's Fight for Survival.
Wow,
The
Endgame? Endgame?
yo,
Jesus. Well, okay,
yo,
whatever.
the translated version reveals which senior royals allegedly made comments about the skin color of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's Markle or Markel? Markle? Meghan
Markle, I think. We're
Markle.
saying Markle. I think saying Markel would be a her really acknowledging the black side. And I think Markle was like the dad's name. So
Oh, okay, okay.
so I'm sure it's just Markle.
Yeah, I feel like Steve Urkel went through the chamber. You know, I'm
Yes, right.
Stephon now. You know,
Yes, exactly.
Urkel. You know what I
Yeah, it's just Markle.
Meghan Markle's firstborn child. As you may recall, the topic first came to light after Oprah interviewed Prince Harry and Meghan back in March of 2021. Where they actually say who, right? Scobie's book appears to confirm the account. Where is it here? I believe the speculation was that it was grandpa, right? It was the
That it
dad.
was Harry's father, Charles,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
sister-in-law, Catherine.
yeah. The
Okay.
Prince was of Wales.
So it was the grandpa and it was William's wife.
Mm,
Mm,
shade.
okay. All right.
Uh-uh.
And I bet Camilla was thinking it. But look, okay, but the author is saying he denies including anyone's name. He said, "I never submitted a book that had those names in it."
Yeah.
Um, so I'm reading ahead. Many are speculating how this translation error even occurred, given that there are no names in the English version. They appear to have been added instead of mistranslated.
Oh,
I mean,
yo, somebody in
who
that Dutch
knows?
translation tried to start some
Yeah.
drama. You know what I mean?
But I feel like we already knew it was the daddy
I'm
who
surprised
said
it
it.
was the other one. Yeah, the dad doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
The sister-in-law surprises me.
Nah, that shit don't surprise me. That one don't surprise me. That don't surprise me at all that she's just like, "So, yeah, so what? This baby's gonna be brown? How brown is the baby gonna be?" Because I mean, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, no. I didn't think it was his brother. I think the first start the beginning of the rumors were that it was his brother.
Right.
Um, but I think then people were like, "Well, he said that he hadn't spoken to his dad or, is that like I think and after seeing kind of how his dad acted during the whole like becoming a king ceremonies,
Yeah.
where he was just being like a little bitch. I mean, not like a little bitch. That's a harsh that's
Nah,
a harsh characterization,
I'm
but
standing behind that statement. Yeah.
fussy. He was being fussy. I'll say that. That's a lot more British. He was he was being fussy. Yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the dad. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Charles. I that wouldn't yeah. That and also that's absolutely the thing a parent would ask you.
Yeah.
That's absolutely just a wild shit that a parent feels like they can say to their kid. You know what I mean? He ain't the first to go, "Well, how brown is the baby gonna be?" He's not the first.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
See, like I asked that out of concern. I wanted my kids to be browner, if anything. So, you
Right.
know.
Well, and that's the other thing. They all start out light. Everybody's light. My
Hmm.
mother had them double check when I was born and my sister because she was like, "Are we sure? These are some bright ass children." And they were like, "No, ma'am, they will darken up. They will they
Mhm.
will get darker."
Straight up. Hell yeah, baby.
But yeah, so and I mean those kids look pretty light now. It'll show up later.
Yeah. My kids are
When the
tanning.
hair when the hair yeah, when the hair comes in, when the hair really comes in.
yo, yo, like on God, yo, I really, really want Harry to show up with a kid with braids so bad to one of these events. Yo, nothing will make my heart like that happy.
if,
Just like
if he's just like, "I've got to go take the kids to we
he's got
braided their hair protective style." Like, what do we
yo,
that
get
would
the royal do rags, yo, my man. You want to take a nap? You know what
the royal do-rags. Oh. God.
He got to lay him down for a nap, but I need that to stay on point,
Their pillowcases are satin, not because they're born of royalty, but because it's better for the curl pattern.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh man. Yeah, we got the same lady that used to do AI's hair in Philly. She's great.
AI's mom comes down. And they got their kids sitting between AI's mother's legs as she's braiding their hair.
Oh,
watching a soccer match. Okay. Okay.
I got a vision, Sha.
Yeah, I see your vision. I see it.
Oh man, nothing will bring the world more than closer, than that.
It'll do something.
In other news, though, we spoke a bit about her earlier. Taylor Swift has been named Time's 2023 Person of the Year, Sha.
Wow.
That's
really?
Right.
Look, nothing else happened this year? Nothing. Nothing else happened this year.
Nah, yo, she crushed it. She crushed it. She is the one. That's right. Swift earned the title after a big year of achievements. The pop star's Eras Tour became the cornerstone of the summer's pop culture zeitgeist, with the Federal Reserve even saying at one point that the concert boosted tourism and travel to such an extent that it likely helped revitalize the economy. Jeez. Swift's concert film. The concert film.
Only one? That was the only one that did that?
That's it. It was just that one tour.
Just that one tour? Was the only one that people traveled for? Okay.
It shattered box office records with this distributor AMC Theaters calling it the highest grossing concert movie in history. The Eras Tour film pulled in $90 million at the box office and more than $30 million internationally over its opening weekend alone. Swift Eras Tour became a sensation as she also achieved billionaire status in 2023, owing to her successful concert tours, ticket sales. In late October, the pop star re-released a recording of her album 1989 in the wake of her concert film's release, which pushed her past the $1 billion threshold.
Okay.
She was also named Spotify's most streamed artist this year.
All right. Okay. But most importantly, she's dating a football player everyone likes.
Oh yeah.
Peak whiteness. Yeah. Peak whiteness.
Yo, real talk.
Is that guy is he the quarterback?
Nah, he's the tight end. So he's like
the tight end? She didn't even get a quarterback? So what are we doing? This is bullshit. I didn't even realize that. Oh, come on. Yo, is it because we have too many black quarterbacks or like, nah, tight ends are the new quarterback? Is that what we're doing? Oh, jeez.
Oh, man. Yo, imagine losing to Taylor Swift, man. You did some shit. I solved world hunger, my G. Yeah, but you ain't number one.
I know. Yeah.
There's real people out there.
Yeah. People doing stuff. And this is, So, Person of the Year, eh? Interesting. Oh my God. Whatever. I am not a fan. I am now moving into I don't know if I even like her. Whereas before I was like, let her exist. She has nothing to do with me. But after this year, I'm like, yo, shut it down.
Oh man. Some of the people that she beat out were the Hollywood strikers.
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
There's so much happening.
Trump prosecutors, I forget Xi Jinping. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. And Barbie is who I thought should have beaten Taylor.
Let's the original. Talk about revitalizing fucking the movie theater.
Real talk.
Barbie fucking forget about it.
Mm-hmm. Vladimir Putin, King Charles III, and Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell.
Well, it is Time. And I don't know what kind of magazine Time is anymore, but they used to kind of give it to dry ass people the head of the Department of Agriculture or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, it used to go. But I mean, I guess she made news. I don't know. I just feel like, yes, it was a very big tour, but there are literally two of them happening at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like,
I don't get
uh,
this.
so she gets to be a bit. Has Rihanna ever been named Time Person of the Year?
I doubt it.
Because I mean, that
Riri.
bitch been a billionaire too.
Yeah, that's
So,
fair. I thought it should have been. If I'm looking at this list, I like
mhm.
Barbie and I like Sam Altman. Those would probably be my two. Yeah, like I
Wait,
can't.
Sam Altman is who?
He's the CEO of OpenAI, and like that's been a thing this year for sure. I think.
What? Who got fired and then all the people left with him, and then he worked at Microsoft, hired him for like 45 minutes. That guy?
I ain't saying he's doing well. I'm just saying he's been.
I don't know. I mean, what he did show is that the whole world of AI is in complete disarray.
Mm-hmm. I'm saying
Right?
like he's in like his shit is interesting. Like he's been a lot this year. Like
Yeah.
I can't see Taylor being the most interesting story this year.
No, she's never been interesting, which is why
Yeah.
I think why people like her so much. They can really, but I mean, people love being able to project whatever they want to onto these
Mm,
pop stars, which is why Beyonce don't talk. She don't have to. We've already decided what her life is like, and it's different for each person, and we see different things in her, and she just stay quiet and do her little shows. Taylor, well, Taylor don't stay as quiet, but Taylor stays kind of quiet. But a lot of people, there's just been so much on air, and people can project. But I'm just like, two people did that this year. You know what I
mm.
mean? So it's like, okay, in that category, I guess she did well. But over everything that
Yeah, me.
happened, I don't know about that. That just feels real. That feels very odd considering that the world is kind of burning right now.
Yeah.
Like the world is really catching fire. Things are melting in many different ways. And then we just gonna put this bitch on the top and be like, look, a person of the year. And I'm like, nah, that's
Uh-uh.
not.
This feels very bought.
It feels very bought.
This feels super like, yeah, nah, this how much
Like,
we paid for this. This can't be
yeah,
it. Nah.
because yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what Beyonce's movie did in her first weekend,
I feel
money
yo,
wise.
real talk, like, cause I know in the past they've given it to like computers and shit like that.
Yeah, they've
Like,
given. I mean, one year they gave it to us. Do you
yeah, like
remember
they was
that?
just copped
They
out.
put
Like,
like a
yo,
weird mirror
yeah, it was
like
like for
thing on each
people.
cover, and they were like, "You are the person." So Time's kind of been lazy for a minute.
Yo, but like like if I'm picking my own fully, I'd probably go Chat GPT.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like
I
Chat
mean,
had a big year. You know what I mean?
they kind of did, and I mean, like I had to have discussions about that in my comedy class in a way that I was just like, "Oh boy."
Yeah.
So yeah, let me see. Hold on. What did
But
what did it say that Taylor made for the
it said
movie?
90 million. It was 30 international, 90 home, and I think that was opening weekend or some shit.
Oh, 30 million internationally over its opening weekend, 90 million so far at the box office.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. All right. I see.
Big
Okay.
numbers. I'm not knocking it.
Those are big numbers. Sure. Great.
But that's not person of the year
That's not
shit.
enough.
Yeah. Like I'll even give you musician of the year. Like I'm not happy about it, but I can
Mhm.
see you like dominating music this year. But
Sure.
person of the year,
Yeah.
like
Not person of it. What has she
y-
done? What has she done?
yeah, like that
She
that is
literally went on
wow.
tour and dated a football player. And y'all
Yeah,
wouldn't let that shit go, and that's why she's person of the year?
that's bananas.
That's
Uh-uh.
insane.
We've had a lot happen this year. That ain't
And
it.
so much has happened this year.
In other news, in probably in protest to Taylor winning this award, Daddy Yankee retires from reggaeton. That's right. Daddy Yankee has retired from reggaeton and will now devote his life to his faith. the singer made the announcement during the final show of his farewell tour, La Meta, the goal, which took place at the Colegio de Puerto Rico in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Due to the sold out event, fans were also able to watch a live stream of the performance. My people, this day for me is the most important day of my life. I want to share it with you because living a life of success is not the same as living a life with purpose, he told the audience as he held back tears. The singer burst onto the scene with his hit single, Gasolina. That's right. The global hit brought the reggaeton world and the Puerto Rican rapper into the mainstream. But he continued, for many years, I've tried to filling a void in my life that no one could fill. I tried finding a purpose on many occasions. It seems as if I was happy, but something was missing for me to feel complete. I have to confess that those days are over and someone was able to fill that void that I felt for a long time. That's right. I realized that for everyone, I was someone, but I was no one without him. Throughout the years, I was able to travel the world, win many awards, applaud, and praise. But I realized something that's in the Bible: for what shall it profit a man if shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Yo, my man went deep.
All right. Look, I'm glad that he's finding the Lord and everything. That's great.
Yeah,
Did you
man.
hear about I'm like, "There, let me this reminds me of another thing that I just read about. Um in the Rolling Stone, this article entitled Bad Bunny, Carol G, Daddy Yankee, and more stars want this reggaeton lawsuit thrown out. Have you heard about this lawsuit?
No, what's the reggaeton
This
lawsuit?
this was in June. Here was news. Attorneys for all these people that I named are responding to a lawsuit that claims that hundreds of reggaeton songs infringe the copyright of one reggae track from 1989.
Yo, that's fire.
The original case filed by Jamaican duo Steely and Clevey or
Yo,
Clevey in 2021 claims that nearly 2,000 songs have sampled and interpolated the reggae track Fish Market since its release.
hell
On
yeah.
Thursday, 107 of more than 150 musicians named as defendants filed 3 motions asking a judge to dismiss the case. I don't know what happened with this case, but um, yeah, apparently
Yeah,
reggaeton is built on the bones of one song. Most
Dembo.
of reggaeton is one
Yeah,
song. And so
Dembo.
those dudes are like, hey man, stop. Give us our money.
Yo, that's kind of hard, yo. Yeah.
but but it's also I mean, like, I get being upset, like, hey, they've been using our rhythm, blah blah blah. But also Jamaican rhythms. Like, there are, I guess, 7 maybe that are just used over, like, you know what I mean? Imagine these guys just being like, "Hey, they built reggaeton on our one song. We're gonna sue." And all of the people who came up with the other rhythms are like, "We could do that?" Like, but the thing is, the other rhythms didn't go, like, occasionally they did big, we got Sean Paul, so he did some stuff with some
Yeah.
rhythm. But for the most part, like, I don't yeah, I just so when I saw that Daddy Yankee is like, "I love the Lord now," I was like, "All right."
Oh yeah. That
But,
lawsuit ain't going well, huh?
yeah, it's not is it time to turn to God already? They just filed. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's just gangster though. Like, yeah, I'm suing because they used my song. Who did? The whole genre, all
The
of them.
whole genre did. All of them. They
all of
all used it.
all of them dudes. Yo, man. The audacity of that shit. Like, that's fucking fire. Go into the
Yo.
law offices of some lawyer. Like, y'all want to sue? They're using my song. Who's using my song? Everybody. All of them do. If they talk Spanish, that's my shit. I want it.
They're suing Justin Bieber because he was on a reggaeton. You know what I mean? Like, they cut everybody. Everybody's catching strays.
If you brought food into that recording session, I want
I
my
want you. Oh,
Oh
man.
man, yeah, I'm a Latino, but like I've never rooted for something to lose like so bad. Like I hope this lawsuit wins. I hope they take all 1,600 songs for all they real talk. Be that shit is so just so like set a new like. I just want to see like the law system go nuts. You know
Oh
what I
my
mean?
god.
Just because
That's so
what is he
funny.
suing it? Like there's only so many places you could put a drum. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Well, I
Like
mean, if you're using it, because I mean, like, to the point of part of the point I was making before is that in Jamaican music, that there's a lot of that. It's just like, here's the rhythm, you put whatever on top of the
yeah,
rhythm. Um, and so I guess that's kind of what's happening. So it's kind of wild that these people are like, hey, you're using
my
it's
rhythm.
built, but I wonder if it was just the sheer number. You know what I mean? Because reggaeton just it kind of blew up there, but no one seemed to use any other rhythm to
Yeah.
adjust it in order to. They just took that first one, and then they were like, "We'll just all use this." Are we in agreement? We'll all just use this one. That's kind of wild. So yeah, you just, I guess, build on top of it, or you just use the bones of it, or you use the song whole cloth and just put your own, you know what I mean? However it is that you do it, but it's just wild to be like,
Yo.
nah, nah, not, I'm suing reggaeton. All of reggaeton.
All of it, B.
All of it. And you know what? Throw hookah in there too. I'm suing hookah. I'm suing everybody. I'm suing.
I'm suing Fast and Furious for featuring y'all. I don't
I'm,
care. I
I'm
want all the
suing
checks.
any denim company that had bespangled jeans, boot cut loose with gold writing on it. I'm taking that too.
You made it a high rhythm. I made it a high genre. You know what I mean?
Right?
Let's
Yeah,
go.
exactly. Oh
Oh man.
boy.
I hope Jesus saves you, Daddy Yankee.
I
You know
hope
what
so.
I
That sounded so ominous. I hope Jesus saves you, Daddy Yankee. Oh my gosh.
mean? In recent research reveals
Mm,
that nesting chinstrap penguins take over 10,000 small naps throughout the day, Sha. That's right.
okay.
The chinstrap penguins love a good nap, 10,000 of them, according to research published by the Journal of Science earlier this week. The nesting birds in the colonies of Antarctica take 10,000 naps throughout the day. The naps, which the research described as micro sleeps, last for only around 4 seconds at a time. These are interruptions of wakefulness by eye closure. Is this is blinking? This what this is? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
I
I don't.
micro sleep 10,000 times too. Then, uh, yo,
This. Yeah. Okay. I mean, they're saying that the naps add up and amount to 11 total hours of sleep. I've had
yo.
some long blinks. I'll give you that, but usually it's because I'm exhausted. Um, where I'm just like, eyes closed for a while, and then I wake up, and I don't open
Yeah.
my eyes in like a normal way. I wake up, "Huh, what? Huh? What?" I went to sleep, and it could have been 4 seconds, it could have been 4 minutes. I'm not sure, but this does seem kind of funny.
The what happened?
Here's what's funny to me: the chin strap penguin.
Yo, they
Okay, so
got
look,
brand, yo.
I love a penguin. I love a penguin. But the reason they're called a chin strap penguin, everyone, is because there's their face and then there's a line that outlines kind of where a chin would be, much like the
Mm,
chin strap beard. Now, I associate the chin strap beard
mm.
with white dudes who want to be down. I call them my chin strap heroes, is what I call my chin strap warriors, is what I call them.
Okay.
So I'm looking at these penguins and I'm like, why does he look like John B? Like he and I'm so tickled at the idea of this Jack Harlow fucking penguin just taking a 4-second nap halfway through a song or something.
I don't like no whips and chains. I
Just
hear you.
dozing off. What, huh? I'm vanilla, baby. Just I'm up, vanilla, baby. Oh boy.
That's great. That's great, yo. If you would like.
Boy, we really covered a lot of music stuff. We really did.
Oh man.
This was a lot.
This was a lot today.
Yeah, this is a very Shalewa centric. Why should keep talking about music? I don't know. It's on my heart. I'm so sorry.
It happens, yo. It happens. We with it. We here for it. If you would like to see the new Happy Feet release, Shin Strap featuring Jack Harlow.
Oh,
my man Jack Harlow would crush this role.
Absolutely.
You know
oh my goodness, that would be hilarious. Honestly, a movie about penguins who want to be down, and chin strap penguins who want that's
straight
I'm
up.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm in. You know what I mean? He learns how to rap to be down for the culture. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's like a Happy Feet, but not. Also, Happy Feet traumatized me. Did I tell you that?
No.
I love penguins, right? And I love tap dancing. So the commercials were all just like, the penguins sing. That's how they find each other. But this penguin can't sing, but he could tap dance. So he figures out how to find his people through tap dance, right? That's how they get you in. And I'm like, great, I'm there. So I went with my sister. This shit turned into an inconvenient truth. They started talking about the environment. There's a big penguin with all the multicolor feathers on its head that was played by Robin Williams that got caught in like a plastic ring and they end up in the zoo. Like it took a turn. And my sister and I did not see it coming. We were at the time doing a thing where my sister and I would go see a movie every month.
Okay.
And we did that, and then we never saw a movie again together.
Yo.
She was so angry, and I was like, I didn't know I was going to do this either. She, halfway through the movie, she turned to me and was like, are we supposed to be high for this? And neither of us smoke. So anyway, I now send her any Happy Feet related stuff possible to upset her. But it really did upset me too. I just wanted tap dancing penguins, and it went another way. I don't like trying to backdoor the environmental issues. Just tell me it's going to be about environmental issues. Don't try to lure me in with tap dancing. It's bullshit. Anywho, chin strap penguins trying to pull black people is definitely a movie idea whose time has come.
Oh, that's awesome. If ever there was a better endorsement for an idea. If you have any articles you want us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter or Instagram at Silky Jumbo or at Gastor Almonte. Shout outs this week to Max Lee Dang and FCBLJ. Always appreciate y'all. With all that said, I am the hoping for a cameo, Gastor Almonte. You know what I mean? I can dance. I can do it. I can't dance actually. It's all shoulder.
Well, that happens after a certain point. I think young people don't realize that once you hit like 40, all dancing is shoulder based.
It's all up there.
It's all up there.
I crush it. I can do the same moves in a chair or out. You know what I mean? All my moves are the same. Just picture this 2 feet higher. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Same move.
Oh my God.
Oh man. With the dance coordinator of this new movie, Shalewa Sharpe.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's absolutely fair.
You're gonna crush it.
Yeah.
This has been a music-related episode of the War Report. That's right. Let the rhythm catch you, just so don't get sued. You know what I mean?